Hey, what's happening? It's your boy Big K.R.I.T, third coast representing Mississippi native, and you know I'm rocking with Ambrosia for Head Shouted. They always keep people in touch with what's really going on out here in this music, feel me? Oh man, the OG, for one, is being able to have a conversation with the OG is somebody I used to listen to like over and over again in the whip, see the videos and be like, man, like before I wanted to rap, but like this is it, you know, and to be able to sit down and have a convo with him and then be like talking to your uncle, that the uncle you really dig, that be like put you on all the game, it's like it's nothing but knowledge. It's nothing but knowledge and it's nothing but like real, like as far as him really like encouraging you to be yourself and try not to overthink so much. Whatever comes natural, do that. And man, jokes too. Like Bun got jokes, so you know what I'm saying? So we kick it, man, and it makes it a whole hell of a lot easier to make music with somebody that you have a bond and a friendship with that'll tell you like, yo, you might not need to do that like that, or no, you don't need to do that. Do this, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know he's coming from a place that he don't want nothing from, he just want to see you win. I would say that pimping is more of a mind frame now than ever. You know, either you gonna be the pimp or the hoe. And that could be in anything you do. You gotta be understanding that normally when you're working with people and everybody has an agenda. And when people work together and they know each other's agenda, then nobody's being pimped in a situation. But normally you never know, like people might try to take advantage of you. And you gotta keep your guard up too. And as far as me and this music, I'm not gonna let this rap game pimp me, ever. You know what I'm saying? As far as how I create, my creative control, and I think people learn that I'm always gonna stay on my own and I'm gonna do what I want. And it's just, I grew up around a lot of pimps too, so it's kind of hard for me to drop that whole mentality, because I'd rather keep it playing pimping than be an L7. That's a square, and I can't be that. Don't be a square. That's what I'm telling people. Don't be a square though. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, it's one of those, it's the king and queen aspect, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me to call myself a king, I have to find a queen that's down for the cause. And even in that record, you know, it has its pimping qualities, but it's still about finding that woman that's gonna hold it down for you, to understand your mentality. And that's why I put those two skits, because you see her love and her passion for her man, but you hear how he believe and he know that she gonna be down on the end of it all. And you kinda need that when you go on to war. And as far as going to war, we finances, we just love, period, or just everyday life. When two people are together, it's a lot of things that you have to deal with between people hating, people not believing in it, the temptation. So, you know, I felt like that record needed its place. And it's a little slower, but then Good Together comes on, it's more up-tempo, like we here now, you know. I mean, no, I'm good. I'm still single, but for me it's about, again, rapping about both sides of the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? My pops, you know, like he want to hear something that him and his lady can chill to, not necessarily talking about nothing the only one. You know, or something that somebody can walk down the aisle to. Lord, I want somebody to walk down the aisle to one of my records. You know, that works for me too, man. So I want to do a song for everybody. You know, my uncle liked that record, you know what I'm saying? He don't necessarily like the pimping shit, but he like the Good Together. Man, that one that it still is people that don't really think I'm lyrical. That's kind of like, that's like, damn, you know? So it's like how many tapes you gotta drop, how many songs you gotta do. But for me, I think it comes from, you know, maybe where I'm from or the accent, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, you get caught up in people's like, well, he raps about cars and candy paint, but it's so much more than my music. And people just have to dive deep into that. But I feel like I still have to prove that I'm a musician as well as a rapper, that I make these beats that I can produce for other people aside from myself. And then for me, it's all about the art. It's the overall picture. It's not just about making a song and putting it on radio. Like, I love making music way too much to just focus clearly on that. That I do a record like What the Fuck, knowing it'll never be on radio, but I did it for people. I did it for the art aspect, for the poetic aspect of it all. You know, just to show people that, yes, there's lyrical content in my music. Yes, there's subject matter that I can go so much farther than just rap, you know. Man, it's just one of the things you get fed up with. You know, even I get fed up with life and things that just bother you. And like, well, how can I express myself, but not do it in a traditional fashion? Normally, I write 216s and I vent about it, but I've done that. You know what I'm saying? So okay, I write poetry. I'm gonna do a poem. Pac used a lot of Pac songs with poems, but I'm gonna do it in reverse. I'm gonna do a song, but it's a poem, and it's from the perspective of somebody, the first verse, that all they wanna do is get on. Then they get on and they lose themselves in the lifestyle and they get caught up, and then they back to the same question, what the fuck I'm gonna do now? And then you get in a situation where you on and temptation is there between both parties, and one night can turn into forever. And you at that, what the fuck we gonna do now? People need to hear these kind of topics, extreme, because that's the kind of lifestyle that people live in. Drug usage is more than it's ever been now. It's cool shit to do. Back in the day when I was growing up, it really wasn't. So I need to talk about both. It's cool to have fun, but you gotta remember, what about tomorrow? What about next year? What about the years before that? You don't know what you're doing in your body. So I'm gonna talk about all this shit, because I don't want you to say, oh, they didn't let us know. Wasn't no rapper standing up telling us. Hell no, I'm gonna tell you. But I mean, it just is what it is. Like, I drink and I know I know what happens if I continue. I know what could happen, but at least I know, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell people, and meditate. Meditate is a song not only about meditating, but also indulging in your vice. And if you listen, it's all embedded in it. Like, my meditation sometimes come from getting fucked up. And I know what people go through and how they feel when they intoxicated. Like, yeah, everything's better now. But once you off that shit, it's like, damn, I just want to meditate again. So it's like, you know, all these songs have meaning, you know? Man, believe it or not, I don't write it as much as I used to. During KRIT was here and Returning Forever, I was writing more, because that Small as a Giant was a poem, Free My Soul was a poem, and I just turned them into songs. But I'm gonna get back, I'm gonna get more into it, because I really got that whole idea and thought in the beginning from, you know, listening to Big Rube, Goody Mob, and all these cats that didn't mind. Like, a lot of their lyrics just sounded straight up like poems. And so, you know, I'm gonna take it back to that. Yeah, I think it's almost a spoken word feel. Sometimes not having the aggressive tone or trying to rap with a cadence or trying to rhyme all the time gives people a little bit more insight into what you're talking about. It's like more powerful, because sometimes it's easier for them to kind of learn the words that way or take more from it, because they're not so overwhelmed by how hard the beat hitting and the hi-hats and the catchy hook. It's just about, damn, that makes sense. It's like I'm speaking to you more than rapping to you.
Man, let's pretend we both clean and we know it. Perhaps I don't do this often. Perhaps you ain't out here hoeing. Maybe this was meant to be. Maybe you're the very woman God sent for me. In the morning, surely I doubt it. Won't regret the fact that I planted my seed in your greenhouse and it sprouted. My mind was too clouded to comprehend your decisions. 2 months later, your stomach will grow from my adulterous conviction. Your husband will surely put 2 and 2 together. That one night when you didn't come home.